The unelected dictators of America have a great Christmas gift coming for all of us. What? Christmas is 6 days away, right? The great corporate gimme, gimme, buy, buy, get holiday. And they have something for us thanks to Rosanna Ramaswamy, and the richest man on earth, the South African immigrant, Elon Musk. They have decided that the government is going to shut down right before Christmas or right after Christmas or right during Christmas. It really doesn't matter to these assholes. But this is what we were warned about. But no, we decided that we wanted fascism. Well, here it is. Okay, this is fascism. I think the farmers in the United States are going to be in for a real shock when they find that as much as $60 billion has been cut from farm aid to subsidize the crops in this country. Is it 60 billion or is it only 10 billion? Oh, who knows? I think also people who live in areas that were devastated by back-to-back hurricanes are going to be upset a little bit, maybe not too much, because a lot of these people wear the red hats when they find that $100 billion in disaster relief needed after the hurricanes are gone. It's just not going to be there because Ramaswamy, this crazy son of a bitch, Vivek Ramaswamy, whatever the fuck his name is, and Elon Musk, the South African immigrant, have decided or have realized that Trump is nothing but hot air. So these two, the two billionaires, have decided, all right, we're going to run the country, and this is how we're going to do it. So the warnings have gone out, even though a continuing resolution is what Trump is demanding. A continuing resolution would mean nothing happens except the debt ceiling is expanded so that Trump can take office appearing like he's starting with a clean slate. I don't know how to put into words what is going to happen. I've tried. Many people have tried. I know you've tried to explain to your friends. You've tried to think it through yourself about what the election of this unconscionable son of a bitch, this criminal, what it really meant, what it really means to have nothing but billionaires running the country. What's his name? Mike Johnson. He's not in charge of anything right now. The House Majority Leader, Steve Scalise, go back to Louisiana and throw dirt balls, buddy, because you don't have anything to say either. So that stopgap spending plan negotiated between House Republicans and Democrats to avoid a government shutdown is dead 2 days before the deadline. So the deadline, what's today? Thursday? The deadline, I guess, is, oh my goodness, tomorrow. Well, isn't that lovely? The original plan by the uber Christian, Mike Johnson, I called for extending government spending at the levels they're at right now until March. And then they could hash through all this when the orange monster is the president of the United States. Glory be unto his name. And let's just put it off to March, is what Mike Johnson's theory was, because Mike Johnson is no more capable of running the government, being the House Speaker, than I am. Although I might be more qualified once I went through an orientation period. So might you. But that was probably because you are not a Christian nutfuck, and neither am I. And I doubt if you are subject to this kind of pressure. If you don't do what we say, we're going to primary you. And neither am I. Anyway, Mike Johnson's original plan called for extending the spending that we have all become so familiar with at current levels until March. And he also added other provisions like the relief for disaster victims, which is gone, and farmers. Oh, and a pay raise for members of Congress. Now, that has been wildly misstated. I don't think members of Congress should receive a goddamn dime to begin with. They should do it voluntarily as their dedication to the land of the free and the home of the brave. But the South African immigrant is saying that they wanted a 60% pay raise. No, it was 3.5% pay raise. But the truth is nothing. It's not even relative anymore. It is an amorphous bunch of bullshit. Truth has no meaning. When you have at the top of the political pyramid, the power pyramid, a lying son of a bitch like Donald Trump, well, I mean, should we be surprised that every single person beneath the peak of the pyramid is also a liar? Oh, and by the way, I wonder how much longer the orange bastard is going to tolerate policy being made by Elon Musk and Rosanna Dana Ramaswamy. These two are just, I mean, they're like a couple of pigs in a shit pile. They're just going crazy with their power. We are the leaders of the United States. A Hindu and a communist, a fascist, somebody from India and somebody from South Africa. Woohoo! I wonder if the red hat wearing assholes are aware of what's going to happen to them. Well, no, of course not. Of course not. They just, they love Donald Trump because he's so manly, right? In a joint statement yesterday afternoon, J.D. Vance, remember him? Remember J.D. Vance? Yeah, he was supposed to be the vice president-elect. Yeah. Anyway, he called on Congress. He and Trump, they issued a joint statement calling on Congress to, quote, pass a streamlined spending bill that doesn't give Chuck Schumer and the Democrats everything they want. And then the statement went on, Republicans must, all caps, get smart and tough. If Democrats threaten to shut down the government unless we give them everything they want, then call their bluff. It is Schumer and Biden who are holding up aid to our farmers and disaster relief. End quote. Trump and somebody named J.D. Vance. His name has a faint echo. Let's see. J.D. Vance. Oh, yeah, this dumb son of a bitch wrote something about hillbillies. Something like that. I don't know. Well, I shouldn't call him dumb. He's just an ignorant son of a bitch. But anyway, later last night, Trump used his usual tactic of fear and loathing. He threatened any Republican in the House who voted for a clean bill. What? I thought that's what he wanted. Isn't it? This is what he posted on his Truth Social toy media platform. Quote, any Republican that would be so stupid as to do this should and will be primaried. Everything should be done and fully negotiated prior to my taking office on January 20th, 2025. So what Trump is saying, he wants all the useless shit in the government spending removed, like Social Security, Medicare, everything. Relief for farmers, disaster relief, research funds. Everything has got to be removed before his Lord and Master, Christ, God, Lord Jesus, Donald Trump, takes office, as he puts it very succinctly, on January 20th, 2025. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Do you? Do you have any idea? It sounds to me like there are two factions of these Christian devils who are involved in a knife fight with each other and just keep stabbing at each other. So many of these dumb fuck Christian factions in the House are not billionaires. But the country now is on the cusp of being run by billionaires. So what does that mean? Well, apparently mean there's going to be a lot of threats and a lot of fighting. And in the end, we common folk, are going to be the ones who are left bloodied in the dust. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. You know, the Progressive Voices Network brings you commercial-free commentary from today's leading progressive radio hosts and pundits, like me, Mike Malloy. 24 hours a day. I'm not your typical old guy from the 80s or the 90s talk radio host, and Progressive Voices is not your typical talk radio network. It's a listener-supported nonprofit with no corporate control whatsoever over our broadcast. So hosts like me, Mike Malloy, are free to rant and scream and carry on about whatever we like. We're often controversial, but we're never boring. Weeknights, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West on the Progressive Voices Network. Always progressive, always on. I'm Mike Malloy. Keep it lit.